we as a community and as a society took the effort as a group to learn more, we would be much better off. Because I say all the time, people just do not know better.
Love is really simple.
Mm-hmm.
Like love is so easy, but we make
But
it
just
so
know,
hard.
I'm him. It's really that
serve a
simple.
purpose, bro. Like we here to do what our creator made us to do.
We back. Welcome back to another episode of Never Always Win. I'm feeling good, like always. Because you want to know why? Because I'm continuously and always learning. And that's going to be the concept of today's video, right? We're going to talk about the concept of continuous learning. So, we're going to base this off. It's 3 different types, right? First type is formal learning, right? Which is what most of us do all throughout life, right? And that's with college, training, or any type of schoolwork that's predetermined things that everybody's going to go through, right? And that's formal learning, right? So we do that from 6, 7 to 18, 22, right? And we do that from 7 in the morning for 8 months. We do that from 7 in the morning to 3 p.m. We do formal learning. And that's usually where it stops for a lot of people, period. At formal learning. And they only learn from 7 to 3 for 8 months. For them other 4 months, don't learn or attempt to learn anything else, right? From that, for those ages. And their parents, a lot of parents don't attempt to teach them anything else either. So that's very beneficial. It's not at all, right? Nowhere near. Because when you think about this, just think about this, right? Life is forever. Like life goes on all day, right? But if from this, and when we're talking about these ages, or the ages where you're really built as a human being, period, right? From your adolescence, from being a child to an adolescent to a young adult, this is when you learn the basics, when you learn yourself and learn most of the values that you're gonna hold to yourself. It's all through this time. But if the only thing you learn about is what they're teaching at school, you only learn about Christopher Columbus and whatever white settler they want to talk about in the book, it's not very, very beneficial to you. So, and that's gonna get me going to my second one, which is social learning, right? And this is learning basic social skills, learn how to talk to people, learn how to act in certain environments. We know a lot of people who don't have those skills, right? And period, you got people, even some of your friends. I know you don't want to talk about them, but yeah, some of your friends that you hold dear to your heart, you take them certain places, they can't go nowhere. There's certain places they can't go, right? Because they're gonna act a fool. They're gonna get to talking crazy on somebody, then somebody gonna be walk them upside the head, then now you gotta fight, and then y'all gotta jump somebody. And look, that's just because they ain't got the social skill because they mama ain't teach them how to act right. And now you got a better bad fruit of that. But back to being serious. We all know them type of people, right? That simply just don't know how to talk to people, period. You got people in your workforce, all kind of things that just not very good people to be around. And that starts at home. So the first two most definitely start at home, right? Because if you don't have no foundation set up for your kids, if you don't put them in their place and guide them through this life, the Bible even says you have to guide your children. You don't spare the rod at all. You got to guide your children through life, right? So if you're not doing that, and like I said, the only time they learn it is at school, you're doing a huge detriment to your children, to your kids, right? But as an adult, which I believe most people watching this are adults, right? When we get to a certain age, it's on our shoulder. We got to bear that burden, right? And it gets me going to my third one, which is self-directed learning, right? Which I know that 90% of people just simply do not do, right? And with this learning is taking the initiative on your own during your free time or during any downtime to learn anything, learning a new topic, learning a new language, learning simply taking the initiative to learn anything new. I know most people just simply do not do that at all, right? They don't use the extra time and extra effort to learn something new, because when you learn something new, I promise your mind opens up to so much more. But when you stay in that same place, when you stop learning after school, some people after high school, some people stop learning when they were 17, 18, and you don't learn nothing new, you will stay stagnant and you will get left behind, right? you will truly get left behind. Then you be wondering why your life like this or your life like that. But it's because you stopped learning. And we want to be honest, in school, period, majority of the things we are learning aren't beneficial to adulthood. We learn about filler things that aren't really going to help us when we become adults. We don't learn about taxes. We don't learn about finance. We don't learn about none of that. Only thing we learn is who took over this, who's the ruler of this, who's the ruler of that. It's not beneficial. Only formal learning is not beneficial. Let me not say formal learning, period. Of course, it's good to know those things, but you got to learn something else on the outside. You got to take the initiative to learn something else on the outside. So like you said, during this certain age, age group and bracket, you can blame it on your parents. I blame our parents for not teaching about certain taxes or real estate or these type of things because they didn't know either though. And that's on them. Don't be your parents though. Do not be your parents. Take the initiative to learn these things. Get excited about learning, right? Get excited. Let it fill you up. Let it fill you up with joy. It fills me up with joy when I learn something new. My perspective on things change. My mind just open up and be like, wow. I say wow all the time when I'm researching and learning about different topics. And I guarantee you, if you took that initiative, and I'm pretty sure some of you do. Let me not say you, but I'm sure some of us do. I want to say we. I want to put us all into the same thing. This is a team thing. This ain't one person. This ain't a one person thing. We all in this thing together. We all under one man, and that's God. So let's start saying we. If we as a community and as a society took the effort as a group to learn more, we would be much better off. Because I say all the time, people just do not know better. But like I said, when you become an adult, that is on you. That is on you as an adult to know and to learn better. But like I said, only thing people want to do is play around all the time. We just want to play. We got to start taking ourselves serious and our lives serious. And it starts with learning more. And once you realize that you really don't know nothing, you will want to take an initiative to learn more. You want to you want to learn all the time because we really do not know anything about anything at all. Period, right? And especially when I say this, nobody on this earth is inherently better than anybody at all. Nobody's better than nobody. The thing that separates those who are and who become successful is because they want to learn. It is all it is. And if they do learn, ignorance, only thing is the poor people who are ignorant, and it's the rich and successful people who aren't. Because they take the initiative to learn new things. They get people around them who know things. They pay attention. They study people who know things. When you see somebody who got the life you want to have, instead of saying and talking to God and asking, why don't I have these things? Start asking yourself, why do they have these things? What have they done different? Study them. What habits have they built over time? What did they learn about? What do they talk about? And you'll really get into the deeper when you really learn how these people think, how these people move. You'll start to carry yourself like that. You'll start to fulfill and have those type of people around you. And I promise your life and the people around your life will get better when you learn and actively learn about better and new ways to do things. Because when we stuck in this period and when it's time now, right, especially in our community, anything beneficial or great for us, we frown upon, period. But something negative, we glaze over. We way backwards. Like even in school, when you growing up in school, when we was doing this formal learning, the nerd or the dude who's passionate about, or the girl who's passionate about learning, we frowned upon them. We roasted them. We clowned them because they were actively learning. But we do that with everything though. Everything. I've been consistently working out for months now. The funniest thing happened to me when I was at the gas station. I was at Mapco, right? And I saw Cap Purnell. Y'all know CJ. First thing he did, we saw me. He said, "Man, you ain't buff. You ain't buff. We from Talladega. Quit trying to better yourself." It was funny. I know it was a joke, but it's funny because it's real, right? This is really real. People really think they're just supposed to stay the same. And when somebody starts moving forward and being different, we like, you changed up on us. Why haven't you changed? Why are you still the same? When are you going to take the initiative to better yourself? You don't know nothing. Your life ain't going as well as you think it should, but you still doing the same thing every single day. How do you expect that to work? It will not. That's the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Do better. And this goes for me too. I need to do better in a lot of things. And when I say this, I'm just trying to help all of us because, like I said, this is a community thing. This is not just me. This is all of us together. We all need to do better. We all need to learn more. We all need to take the initiative to want to be better, though. You cannot stay and be content with being average or mediocre. It's impossible. You can't do that. Why? Why do you want to do that to yourself? We got to take the initiative as a group of people. And like I said, we got to start holding each other accountable. We got to start grabbing our brother by his arm and say, hey, let's read this book. Let's go buy this book. Instead of saying, let's go to the club. Let's go party. Let's go drink. Let's go learn something. Let's go put something in our brain. Let's go pay attention to these type of people who know something. We pay attention to Krishan and Blueface. We know everything about Krishan and Blueface, but don't know nothing about the power of positive thinking. The 48 laws of power. We don't know. You know, it's the saying now. You put something in you want to hide something from a black person, put it in a book. That's sad. And we love to read. Like I said before, we love to read. We scroll on social media, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all day. But we want to learn about nothing that's beneficial and that's going to possibly help us. We thrive off negativity. And that's an issue. That's a problem with me. So like I said, when we talk about the concept of continuous learning, the definitely most important one is self-directed learning, right? You got to take the initiative on your own. You got to take the initiative over your own life. It is no one else's fault that you are in the position you are in at all. And even with that, how do you expect to know or learn yourself if you don't learn nothing new? A lot of people don't know and find themselves because you don't do nothing different on the weekends. You don't try to learn nothing new. You don't try to learn no new information. So you can't find yourself because you don't know about the thing that you need to find yourself. So how can you expect to find yourself when you don't actively try to? You just say, oh, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do. Find it. Find it. You got to do something different to find it. You can't just sit there and do it and do nothing and expect something to happen. Faith without work is dead. Literally, you can't just sit there and say, God gonna put it there. God gonna let me know. God gonna let me. No, God wants you to actively try to help him find it. Help. He know already, right? But he want to see you try to go get it first. He want to see you try to go get it. So do that. Don't just sit there in your house. We got to get out of that stigma of just, especially when we're young. Like I said, we got to build a foundation. We got to find out what we want to be. We got to build each other. We got to hold each other accountable instead of just want to have fun and party with each other. That's not your friend. Somebody who just want to be with you, just to party and have fun is not your friend. You want somebody around you who gonna hold you accountable. Who gonna check you when you're doing wrong. Who gonna uplift you. We know a lot of people sad and depressed about a lot of things, and I believe that's a product of ignorance. If you don't know about certain things, if you don't know about this way to build up yourself or this way to get away from happiness, get away from depression, and it's also studies have actually shown that when you continuously learn, they are more happy because when they learn more, they focus more on developing themselves. They learn new passions and hobbies, like I said, and they become better people. Period. So when I talk about the just the importance of actively and continuously learning, it benefits you in all walks of life, and it benefits the people around you. Because when you learn more, you take in more, you start implementing better habits, you start implementing better systems. Naturally, the people around you gonna follow suit because you're gonna start telling them about these things. And if they respect you and if they truly are your friend, they're gonna listen. And then just like that, you and the people around you got better, just like that. And that's the way we gotta do it. And that's what I want to do. I'm getting better. The people I'm around getting better. So I want to help people who aren't around to get better as well by spewing this and putting this onto my platform. And for the people who are watching, you actually taking a chance to want to be better. Be better. So take the information. And then it's one thing to just taking and learning information, but then it's putting it into action, right? Putting it into action. You got to do what you learn because knowledge is not power. The execution of knowledge is power. Shout out to my good brother, 19 Keys. So with that being said, I hope you take from this episode the importance of continuously and actively learning. To be more and to become more, you got to know more, right? You got to learn more. It starts up top, everything. I say it all the time. Everything starts up top. It starts mentally. Before you get anything successful, anything that reaches all in this life, all of it is a mindset first. We got to break the poverty and the scarcity mindset and uplift the wealth and abundance mindset. It's enough out here for everybody. more than enough. But we got to take that back. We gotta go get it, and that's it. And it starts with learning more, learning new perspectives on everything, wealth, finances, money. Because like I said, all we know how to do in our community is spend, spend, spend. We don't know how to invest. We don't know how to save. We spend more money on trying to impress people than actually building our foundation so we can and live the way we want to live. A lot of these people don't matter at all. These people really not paying that much attention to you regardless, right? Because when you die, they don't talk about what you had. They don't talk about, don't nobody, if you really knew how people, well, we do know the people who are living. We know when somebody died, they don't say, oh my God, that car he had was, if it is, they small-minded people. They don't talk about that. So focus more on building yourself, uplifting yourself, and learning. That right there, you got to train this right here. Free your mind, train your mind. And the more you do that, the better off you will be. Thank you for watching.